inspiration of many books, plays, symphonies, and operas, including the epic poem by Goethe and the very play that you're seeing tonight, which was actually written by Shakespeare's frenemy, Christopher Marlowe. So, truth is, we don't actually know anything about the historical Faustus. In fact, there could be several historical figures that inspired this story, and it's hard to really tell if any of them even happened at all, because, well, spoiler alert, he dies at the end. And when the smartest man in town dies under mysterious circumstances, everybody just makes up rumors. And when you're as famous as Faust was, all you end up with is a bunch of charlatans impersonating you long after you're dead. Kind of like Elvis, right? So, legend has it is that the way Faustus gained all his knowledge and power is that he made a deal with the devil, exchanging his soul for wealth and glory. But I'm going to tell you what really happened. The world was just coming out of the Dark Ages, and science and medicine was something that most people didn't understand. Vaccines, they wouldn't even come out for another 300 years. So a man who can heal the sick, he must have supernatural powers, right? A man who mixes potions and extracts gold must have learned it from dark spirits. So when a man dies in a chemical explosion, well then, he must have inevitably been torn apart by demons and dragged off into hell. But I guess that's the point of the story and why the legend lives on to this day. And it just goes to show you that when you dabble in things you don't fully understand, you end up nothing but a cautionary tale for the ages. Thank you all, and enjoy the show.
Not marching now in fields of Thrasymene, where Mars did make the Carthaginians, nor sporting in the dalliance of love, in courts of kings where state is overturned.
Nor in the pomp of proud audacious deeds intends our muse to vaunt his heavenly verse. Only this, gentlemen, we must perform the form of Faustus's fortunes, good or bad, to patient judgments we appeal upon, and speak for Faustus in his infancy.
Now is he born, his parents' base of stock in Germany within a town called Rhodes. Of riper years, to Wittenberg he went, whereas kinsmen chiefly brought him up.
So soon he profits in divinity. The fruitful plot of scholarism graced, that shortly he was graced with doctor's name, excelling all whose sweet disputes delight in heavenly matters of theology.
Till swoln with cunning of his self-conceit, his waxing wings did mount above his reach, and melting, heavens conspired his overthrow for falling to a devilish exercise.
And glutted now with learning's golden gifts, he surfeits upon cursed necromancy. Nothing so sweet as magic is to him, which he prefers before his chiefest bliss, and this the man that in his study sits.
Settle thy studies, Faustus, and begin to sound the depths of that thou wilt profess. Having commenced, be a divine in show, yet level at the end of every art, and live and die in Aristotle's works. Sweet analytics, 'tis thou hast ravished me. Is to dispute well logic's chiefest end, affords this art no greater miracle. And read no more, thou hast attained that end. Greater subject fitteth Faustus' wit. Bid economy farewell. Galen, come. Be a physician, Faustus. Heap up gold and be eternized for some wondrous cure. Medicine is the highest good. The end of physic is the body's health. Why, Faustus, hast thou not attained that end? Is not thy common talk found aphorisms? Are not thy bills hung up as monuments whereby whole cities have escaped the plague and 1,000 desperate maladies been eased? And art thou still but Faustus and a man? Couldst thou make men to live eternally, or, being dead, raise them to life again? Then this profession were to be esteemed. When all's done, divinity is best. death. That's hard. If we say we have no sin, we deceive ourselves and there's no truth in us. Why then, belike, we must sin and so consequently die. Aye, we must die an everlasting death. What doctrine call you this? Eh, sirrah, sirrah, what will be shall be. Divinity, adieu. These metaphysics of magicians and necromantic books are heavenly. Lines, circles, scenes, letters, characters. These are those that Faustus most desires. What a world of profit and delight, of power, of honor, of omnipotence is promised to the studious artisan. All things that move between the quiet poles shall be at my command. Emperors and kings are but obeyed in their several provinces, nor can they raise the wind or rend the clouds. But he whose dominion exceeds in this stretcheth as far as doth the mind of man. A sound magician is a mighty god. Here, Faustus, tire thy brains to gain a deity. Wagner, commend me to my dearest friends, the German Valdez and Cornelius. Request them earnestly to visit me. Their conference will be more help to me than all my labors. Laud I ne'er so fast.
I will, sir.
Faustus. Faustus. Faustus.
Go forward, Faustus, in that famous art wherein all of nature's treasures are contained. Be thou on earth as Jove is in the sky, Lord and commander of these elements.
How am I glutted with conceit of this? Shall I raise spirits to do what I please, resolve me of all ambiguities, perform what desperate enterprise I will?
How now, sirrah, where is thy master?
God in heaven knows.
Why, dost not thou know?
Yes, I know, but that follows not.
Go to, sirrah, leave thy jesting and tell us where he is.
That follows not necessary by force of argument that you, being licentiate, should stand upon it. Therefore acknowledge your error and be attentive.
Why, didst thou not say thou knewest?
Have you any witnesses on it?
Yes, sirrah, I heard you.
Then you are deceived.
Then you will not tell us.
Yes, sir, I will tell you yet. If you were not dunces, you would never ask me such a question. Then wherefore should you ask me such a question? But as I am by nature slow to wrath and prone to lechery, to love, I would say, I will set my countenance like a precision and begin to speak thus. Truly, my dear brethren, my master is within that dinner with Valdez and Cornelius. As this wine, if it could speak, would inform you of your worships. And so, the Lord bless you, preserve you, and keep you, my dear brethren.
Nay, but I fear he has fallen into that damned art for which they two are infamous through the world.
Were he a stranger and not allied to me, yet should I grieve for him. But come, let us go and inform the rector, and see if he, by his grave counsel, can reclaim him.
But I fear me nothing from reclaiming.
Yet we must try what we can do.
Valdez, sweet Valdez, and Cornelius, your words have won me at the last to practice magic and concealed arts. Yet not thy words only, but mine own fantasy that will receive no object, for my head but ruminates on necromantic skill.
Faustus, these books, thy wit and our experience, shall make all nations to canonize us. If learned Faustus will be resolute.
Valdez, as resolute am I in this as thou to live, therefore object it not.
The miracles that magic will perform will make thee thou to study nothing else. He who is grounded in astrology, enriched in tones, well-suited minerals, hath all the principles of magic doth require.
Show me some demonstrations magical that I may conjure in some lusty grove, and have these joys in full possession.
Then haste thee to some solitary grove, and bear wise Bacon's and Albinus's works. The the Hebrew Psalter, the New Testament, and whatsoever else is requisite. We will inform you at our competencies.
Balance. First, let him know the words of art, then all other ceremonies learned. Faustus may try his cunning by himself.
First, I will teach thee the rudiments, then wilt thou be perfecter than I.
This night I'll conjure, though I die therefore. Faustus, begin thine incantations, and try if devils will obey thy hest, seeing as thou hast prayed and sacrificed to them. Within this circle is Jehovah's name, forward and backward anagrammatized, the abbreviated names of holy saints, figures of every adjunct to the heavens, signs and characters of erring stars, by which these spirits are enforced to rise. Therefore, Faustus, fear not, but be resolute, and try the uttermost magic can perform. Igne ae oquitani spiritus salvete, inferni ardentis monarcha, ips nunc surgat nobis dictatus, Mephistopheles! Thou art too ugly to attend on me. I charge thee to return and change thy shape. Go, and return an old Franciscan friar. That holy shape becomes a devil best. I see there's virtue in thy heavenly words. How pliant is this Mephistopheles? Such is the force of magic and thy spells. Now, Faustus, art thou conjurer laureate that canst command great Mephistopheles?
Now, Faustus, what wouldst thou have me do?
I charge thee to wait on me whilst I live, and do whatever Faustus shall command.
I am servant to great Lucifer, and may not follow thee without his leave.
Did not he charge thee appear to thee?
No, I came hither of mine own accord.
Did not my conjuring speeches raise thee? Speak!
That was the cause. But yet, when we hear one wrap the name of God, abjure the scriptures and his Savior Christ, we fly in hopes to get his glorious soul.
Tell me, what is that Lucifer thy lord?
Archregent and commander of all spirits.
Was not that Lucifer an angel of light?
Yes, Faustus, and most dearly loved of God.
How comes it then that he is prince of devils?
By aspiring pride and insolence, for which God threw him from the face of heaven.
What are you that live with Lucifer?
Unhappy spirits that fell with Lucifer, conspired against our God with Lucifer, and are forever damned with Lucifer.
Where are you damned?
In hell.
How comes it then that thou art out of hell?
Why, this is hell, nor am I out of it. Thinkest thou that I, who have seen the face of God, and tasted the eternal joys of heaven, am not tormented by 10,000 hells, being deprived of everlasting bliss? Oh, Faustus, leave these frivolous demands, and strike a terror in my aching soul.
What? Is Mephistopheles so passionate for being deprived of the joys of heaven? Learn thou of Faustus' manly fortitude, and scorn those joys thou never shalt possess. Come, and bear these tidings to great Lucifer. Say, he surrenders up to him his soul, he will spare him 24 years, letting him live in all voluptuousness, having thee ever to attend on me. Go, and return to mighty Lucifer, and return to my study at midnight, and then resolve thee of thy master's mind.
I will, Faustus.
Now that I have obtained what I desired, I'll live in speculation of this art, till Mephistopheles return again.
Sirrah, boy, come hither.
Boy, oh, disgrace to my person. Zounds fly in your face, you've seen many boys with beards, I'm sure.
Well, tell me, Sirrah, hast thou any comings in?
Aye, and goings out too. You may see else.
Alas, poor slave, I see how poverty has justice in his nakedness. Firmness? The villain is bare and out of service, and so hungry that I know he would give his soul to the devil for a shoulder of mutton, though it were blood raw.
How? My soul to the devil for a shoulder of mutton, though 'twere blood raw? Not so, good sir. By Our Lady, I've handed it well roasted and good sauce to it if I pay so dear.
Well, wilt thou serve me, and not make me go like, qui, lahi, discipulus?
How? In verse?
No, sir, I'm beaten silk and staves acre.
How? Namesake, why? I thought that was all the land his father left him.
Sir, I say in staves acre.
It's a tonic for lice.
Oh, staves acres. Why then, belike, if I were your man, I should be lousy.
So thou shalt, whether thou beest with me or no. But, sir, leave thy jesting and bind thyself presently unto me, or I'll turn all the lice about me into familiars, and they shall tear me into pieces.
Do you hear, sir? You may save that labor. They are too familiar with me already, as if they paid for their meat and drink, I can tell you.
Do you hear, sir? Hold. Take these gilders.
Gridirons, what be they?
Dude, the French crowns.
What should I do with these?
Thou art at an hour's warning, whensoever or wheresoever the devil shall fetch thee.
No, here, take your gridirons again.
Truly, I'll none of them.
Truly, but you shall.
Bear witness, I gave them him.
Bear witness, I give them you again.
Well, I will cause two devils presently to fetch thee away. Ballio and Belcher!
Let your Ballio and Belcher come here, and I'll knock them. They were never so naughty since they were devils. Say I should kill one of them. What would the folks say? Do you see yonder tall fellow in the round slump? He has killed the devil, and so I shall be called Kill Devil all the parish over.
Ballio and Belcher, spirits away.
What? Are they gone? Vengeance on them! Their vile long nails! There was a he-devil and a she-devil. I'll tell you how you shall know them. All he-devils have horns, and all she-devils have clips and cloven feet.
Well, sir, follow me.
But do you hear, sir? If I serve you, will you teach me to raise up Banios and Belgians?
I will teach thee to turn thyself into anything, into a dog, or cat, or a mouse, or a rat, or anything.
How? A Christian fellow to a dog, a cat, a mouse, or a rat? No, sir. If thou shalt turn me into anything, let it be to the likeness of a little pretty frisking flea, so that I may be here, and there, and everywhere. Oh, I'll tickle the pretty wench's plackets. I'll be amongst them in faith.
Villain, call me Master Wagner, and let thy left eye be diametrically fixed upon thy right heel with quasi vestiges lustras insistere.
Oh, God, sir. He speaks Dutch question. Well, I'll serve him. I'll follow him. That's flat.
Now, Faustus, must thou needs be damned, and canst thou not be saved? What boots it then to think of God or heaven? Away with such vain fancies and despair. Despair in God, and trust in Beelzebub. Now go not backwards, no, be resolute. Why waverest thou?
May thy damned son is not on, lest it tempt thy soul, and heap God's heavy wrath upon thy head. Read the scriptures, that is blasphemy, abjures magic, turn to God again.
Something soundeth in mine ear. Aye, Faustus will turn to God. To God, he loves thee not. The God thou servest is thine own appetite, wherein is fixed the love of Beelzebub. To him I'll build an altar and a church, and offer lukewarm blood of newborn babes.
Sweet Faustus, leave that sacred blood.
Contrition, prayer, repentance, what of them?
Oh, they means to bring me unto heaven.
Rather illusions. Fruits of lunacy that make men foolish that can trust them most.
Sweet Faustus, think of heaven and heavenly things.
No, Faustus. Think of honor and of wealth.
Wealth. Cast no more doubt. Come, Mephistopheles, and bring glad tidings from great Lucifer. Veni, veni, Mephistophele. Now, tell me, what says Lucifer, thy lord?
I shall wait on Faustus whilst he lives, so he will buy my service with his soul.
Already Faustus hath hazarded that for thee.
But Faustus, thou must bequeath it solemnly, and write a deed of gift in thine own blood. For that security crave great Lucifer. If thou deny